Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two
crazy
ketos.
ketos.
Let us know if we got it right tonight. Can y'all hear us?
I need to refresh this chat window.
Let's see. It's up in the way tippy top.
I can't see it.
I know it's like just out of reach. Okay.
There we go. We're going to bring it back over down there.
Good Thursday evening. Matt is here. Mel is here. John is here. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Barbara.
I need to pop out this chat. There we go.
All right.
I reset the internet right before we got in. So
perfect.
Welcome to our Thursday live stream.
Yay.
If you are new here, our Thursday live streams are a chance to hang out with our community, answer questions about the keto and carnivore lifestyle. So if you have a question, do us a favor, go ahead and type question and then whatever your question is, or you can use the super chat function. We really appreciate that. That's a little $sign that's down below in the chat window. When you do that, it helps benefit the channel, but more importantly, it highlights our screen and lets us know that you have a question.
Speaking of thankful, I see Sabrina is in here, and I just want to say thank you so much for the beautiful chicken picture. I put a picture of the picture in the Mighty Networks group. Such a cute, it's perfect. It's me. It's exactly for me. Thank you so much for thinking of me, Sabrina.
Burt Reynolds has been doing our work for the last couple of days.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's chopping up a tree from one of their neighbors.
Oh, I didn't even see that. There is not a part of my hands that are not completely tore up from talons, tore up from tree limbs, just tore up. Fencing.
Been cutting down a lot of trees. Oof. So, because we took down that one tree, but I'm up to the big log section. Well, you need a fire to burn the log. You just can't light that log on fire. So we've been doing a lot of trimming of branches to give us something to have a fire to then put the log on top of. And it has been some brutal back-breaking work.
Really?
In 95-degree temperatures.
Man.
So glad we have our health.
This morning, everything hurt. It was one of those mornings where I woke up and it's like, there's some days where you just, you understand that you're not young anymore.
Right.
And I don't have that many of those days because I really, truly feel like we're in better health than, I know we were when we were in our 20s and 30s, certainly. But this morning I felt it all. I felt it all.
Sabrina said she's beat from just watching him today.
Right? Amazing.
Carolyn said keeping the nails intact, though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe these guys are holding on. For dear life,
you've got half of the nail.
Half of it because
That's from before the cruise.
It's grown off, but it's from before the cruise. Usually these suckers pop off quickly.
Yeah.
I'm
John
impressed.
said, did you get the clearing for your cable line done? Nope. That's not something we can do. It is too close to the power line that I am willing to trim.
And they said they'd like to get us in the next month.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
But no, they have not done that yet.
I like how Bill said that next week's Keno number, since we said Keno instead of keto, they would be helpful. I was thinking when you said Keno, isn't that a game?
It is a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
I would like those
Jesse
numbers.
said, good evening.
Hi,
Gearing
Jesse.
up to live life beyond the couch tomorrow, taking our kids for mini golf and go-karts, possibly the aerial park if the kids want to do it. Thankfully, under the 300-pound weight limit.
Way to go, Jesse. That is amazing. And exactly, you've got it, what it's all about. Right. It's not about numbers on the scale. It's not about just being able to move your body in a gym. If we don't take our lives outside for experiences to enjoy life, truly, what is the point?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm really proud of you.
Adrian, question. Hey. I want to try keto, but I have no clue what to do. How many carbs can I have? I don't want to go too low. Is there more of a dirty keto? Okay.
Well, hello and welcome, first of all.
So when you say you don't want to go too low, you need to kind of explain what that means. So my recommendation for starting keto is, I don't like to give you a number. I'm going to tell you that if you can keep your total carbs under, especially if you haven't been doing keto, if you've been eating the standard American diet,
you brand new,
if you can keep your total, not net, total carbs under 30 to 40, you should be good. Now, eventually you're probably going to end up having to lower that a little bit. I don't like net carbs.
That's a good thing to stay away from.
I know that you're going to see a lot of people talk about, well, net carbs. Net carbs is fake. It's a lie. Okay? It is a way for food companies to manipulate things to get you to buy things. If you have a day where that's why I tell you 30 to 40. You're generally going to hear people tell you 20 net carbs or 20 total carbs or less. That will pretty much almost guarantee you're going to get into ketogenesis and ketosis. But if you're doing, say, 20 net carbs, but no more than 30 to 40 total carbs, you're going to be in a really good place. That allows you to eat some of the stuff that you like, your meat, your eggs, things like that, and still indulge in like a keto-friendly dessert. I'm going to tell you to stay away from a lot of the store-bought stuff. If it's in a grocery store, most of it, and labeled keto, most of the time it's garbage. Like all the wraps and all that. It's all
keto bread.
It's a lot of it's all fake. They're pumping fiber into it and things like that. So if you wanted me to give you a number, I'm going to tell you, if you're first starting off, standard 30 to 40 total carbohydrates, preferably 20. But that's a good place to start. My real recommendation is you want to just eat meat, maybe some some green leafy vegetables, things that don't have starches. So like pretty much anything that grows underground is kind of out when it comes to vegetables. So like no potatoes, peanuts is like the one exception, but you kind of got to be careful with that. But all of your root vegetables, carrots, things like that, they're going to be higher in starch. So you want to stay away from that kind of stuff. Having an occasional little piece of onion or something like that, you're going to be okay. But eat meat, some green leafy vegetables, things like asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, if you're into kale, spinach, that kind of stuff, you're good. From there, cauliflower, that's a good thing for you to have. And then when it comes to carbs, you want to keep your carbs as low as possible. So if you're focusing on meat and vegetables and even some eggs, and you're not eating a bunch of like keto-friendly desserts, on average, your total carbs are going to be under 10. The lower you get your carbs, the better you're going to do.
So I see that Adrian says that you're coming to keto from carnivore. So you're basically looking to expand your plate. So you already know what it's like to be carnivore. So I'm going to say same recommendation. 30 to 40 total carbs and just keep it there. That's a good number. That's probably not going to get you into the weeds. If you're coming from a carnivore background, going to keto is just going to be a little bit of an expansion. My advice to you is going to be, don't be afraid. That's the biggest thing. If you're like, I want to kind of expand what I eat, but I am afraid, like I'm worried about too many carbs, like sometimes we can like just spike our own cortisol, just like being fearful and worrying. So I think we've given you a good, like just, ballpark, 30, 40 total carbs. I think you're going to be good.
Now, if you've been eating carnivore and you're not having any weight loss success, then it's probably not a carb thing. What I'm going to tell you is, where's your sleep? Like, how is your sleep doing? Are you moving your body at all? And I don't mean going to the gym for 3 hours a day, but are you moving? Are you doing any type of resistance training, even if it's with your own body? If you doing things like push-ups against the wall and things like that. And then how is your stress management? And then the last thing I would ask you is, how much are you eating? Because there's a possibility that you haven't been eating enough. If you eat too little for too long, you end up slowing down your metabolism. And the only way back at that point is to either pack on a ton of muscle, which will speed up your metabolism, or slowly increase the amount of food that you're eating so that you will eventually speed up your metabolism to match that. That's going to take you about 12 weeks to do, but you'd be surprised at how many times people will increase the amount of food they're eating and they begin to lose weight.
John said that he got his replacement bed from Brooklyn Bedding. That is such great news. I'm happy for you.
Dustin said, my wife took her 6 months to become keto adapted when we started.
Yeah,
I was keto adapted in a few weeks. She struggled and it took her months.
It can be challenging. The other thing, if you're coming from carnivore and you're trying to like add some vegetables to your life, it's not just like the carb count, but it's like, think about how if you haven't had vegetables, you may have a little bit of tummy troubles, maybe some gas even, like as you reincorporate this. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you haven't eaten those things in a while. And so your stomach is like getting used to it again. Okay, so Adrienne said she's doing wall push-ups and squats. That's perfect. How many calories should I aim for? See, again, I'm not a big calorie person. Yeah. Okay. It's so dependent on where you've been at. You know, so if you've been eating 1,300 or 1,400 calories, then you've been eating too little. Okay, so again, I'm not a big calorie person because the way they measure calories, they take food, they put it into a glass enclosed box, and they burn it. Your body's not a glass enclosed box. If you've been under eating for a really long period of time, you've slowed down your metabolism. There's so many factors at play, and so it's really going to come down to like trial and error. But I'm going to tell you what I would tell you to do. If I was coaching you, the first thing I'm going to say is I want you for 1 week, track every single thing that goes in your mouth. I want to know exactly what you're eating and figure out exactly how many grams of fat and how many grams of protein are you consuming on a daily basis. And then from there, we're going to look at things and adjust things. We may have to adjust things up. We may have to adjust things down. Are you eating too much fat? You know, that's why calories is kind of like a silly thing because your body doesn't want to use protein for fuel. So, you know, I can tell you eat 1,200 calories and you eat 1,200 calories of just protein. Well, you're going to end up with really high glucose because you're not consuming any fat. And therefore, your body has to use some of that protein for fuel to convert it to sugar. And now you end up with an elevated glucose. Gluconeogenesis is not a supply-driven thing, meaning it doesn't just make protein into glucose because it's got too much of it. It's demand-driven, so it will start to do it when it thinks, like, I'm not getting enough fuel. Carla, thanks for the $19.99 super sticker. Bless you. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate their 5th super on a live stream. Thank you very much. So much. What a blessing you are. Adrienne said, do you do individual coaching? Yes. So if you go to our website, there's a link for it down below. And when you go on our website, you'll see a link for coaching. I see Carrie is watching us from the television now. Going to be out of the chat, but still here. Love you. So glad that you're here, Carrie. Debbie said, I tried the pizza legendary protein chips and I love them. We'll be trying nacho next. I think I saw Tracy had tried them too. Tracy, I think, tried the ranch ones. I had ranch today. They are very good. I didn't have ranch today. I had the jalapeno. I had ranch yesterday. They're very good. Yes, they are a little expensive, but if you want a little bit of a crunch with your dinner or something. It's nice. And I love things like taco bowls. And I was ready for something other than pork rinds. I just wanted a little bit of a vacation from pork rinds. And I think that they swap out really well. Yeah, I really, really like them. We actually went to Sam's Club today. They were doing some deals on meat and stuff. They were doing some great deals on meat. And they were doing some awesome deals on shorts. Yeah. Nothing to do with keto, but they were trying to dump it. Kind of has something to do with keto. As you go down in size, you got to get new pants. You need to go grab new jeans for $4.81. And I would just like to say, I am sorry. Like, because Joe grabbed a pair of shorts and I was like, are you sure you can fit in those? I thought that he was like overestimating his success because they seem smaller than your normal size. And then you came home and tried them on and you fit into them great. So I just want to say sorry for underestimating you. Like, you look fantastic, but sometimes I don't know, what is like a waist on a guy. Like everything fits different. Every pair, every brand is different. And I'm good. In full disclosure, I can be a size 30 in one company and a size 36 in another. And just for the record, I would never buy the 36. It doesn't matter.
I won't see that number ever.
Well,
it's like I won't, if it, you can give me an extra large shirt and it feel tight and every other shirt I own is a medium or large. I won't ever wear that extra large because it says extra large. I don't care if it's European cut. If it says XL, no.
I really don't care anymore.
I do.
Thrift stores changed my mind because I just got excited about being able to get something in a thrift store that was cheap. Penny, thank you so much. My gracious. Bless you. Thank you.
Let me turn on focus.
Liz, whoop whoop, John W. Let's see. Under eating, that might be my problem. New tracking app suggested 3,600 calories, which has me eating more often because of my gastric sleeve. But after 10 days, I'm near my lowest weight since starting keto. That's awesome. John, that is flipping amazing, dude. I'm so excited for you.
Robin said, I tried the legendary chips today. They remind me of rice cakes. They do bring a little bit of a feel of rice cake, but taste better.
Yeah. Well,
because they're not so puffy. They're like deflated rice cakes.
What I really love is that they will hold a dip. I am a dip girl. I like dips. And we've been getting this queso lately. And then I buy jalapenos. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know about the heat. Maybe it's the heat that I'm always living in a sauna. But your girl is like getting spicy up in this piece. Like I am really just loading on the jalapenos. So we have like queso and then jalapenos, and I am loving it, baby.
Kat said, I didn't see any good deals on meat at Sam's today. I think it's individual Sam's.
I truly do.
So our Sam's, the one that we went to today, which was in Port Charlotte, they were doing, I think it was like 60 cents off per pound on
I saw a big ribs deal
on ribs. They were doing both ribs, baby back ribs as well as
baby back
spare ribs. I'm not a big spare ribs fan.
I like my baby back ribs.
Do you like baby back or do you like spare ribs?
I like baby back because they have a better song.
Nice.
It's all about the PR.
We actually went down there because we're venturing in something new. We put 111 quail eggs.
When we go in, we go all in, baby.
I figure if we're going to run the incubator, we might as well just load it. We found a lady that was selling the quail eggs for a dozen. $5 for 15 of them.
Fertilized.
For fertilized eggs. And so we're let's load it up. And then, you need to eat about 100 quail eggs to equal a dozen eggs. Quail eggs are healthier. They have more nutrients. They're just across the board. They're healthier. I'm curious. Does anybody I've gone down the rabbit hole of how to clean a quail now.
Oh Lord!
Because they're ready. They're ready to go in 6 weeks.
She was touting how her husband can clean like 50 of them in half hour.
This is not too bad, but I watched the video. And so literally,
there's videos out on this.
You can use a pair of scissors. You don't even need a knife. You can use a pair of scissors.
Like safety scissors, like lefty safety scissors.
The quail's only this big. You literally cut off their head and let them bleed. Okay, so just like the chickens, take off the head.
Don't just go by that like that's
but
just
then,
conversation.
If you don't want to have to feather them and you don't want the skin, which I don't really care about the skin anyway.
Well, they're very lean.
So, the skin would present better.
Okay.
But if you just want to eat the meat, right? So you can literally just cut off the head. You
stop saying that so casually.
You snap off the feet.
Okay.
Snap off the wings.
Grab
and pull.
Snap off.
And it pulls all the skin off in one whip.
Snap on, snap off.
And then if you want to
clapper.
If you want to spatchcock it, you cut out the mid bone, and then you can just take your finger and pull all the guts out, and you're done.
This sounds like a you job.
No, this is an easy
Rachel
This
job.
is an easy Rachel job because there's no like cut around on the bottom.
Do you see how this marriage works? That he just like casually wades me into like, by tomorrow I'm supposed to be like
6 weeks.
Scissor heading off
6 weeks
animal.
plus 18 days. Be another meat that we can have. You just need about 20 of them.
I think you need to. I think that maybe this weekend we go pursue some actual quail meat from somebody who's already cleaned one for us so that we can taste it. Because I've never eaten quail meat before. Have you eaten quail meat?
No.
Okay.
But
tonight's the night.
I've had pheasant.
What do you think? You're better than me? What do you think? You're a cool guy because you got pheasant, not just this low class chick that's never had anything. We've got
so many
chicken.
Wild bunnies. I wish I had a way to catch the bunnies to eat those. We've got so many. There's like 4 little baby ones.
I did catch one and relocated it.
That was the baby though.
That was a little baby.
Dustin said, when I was at the pinnacle of my weight loss, I'd buy my clothes on closeout. Where available, I'd buy the size I needed now and then 2 sizes smaller. I
am telling you, if you are like experiencing weight loss,
thrift stores are your friend.
Visit a thrift store, but then prepare yourself that you are never going to be able to go back and buy like full price pants again. Like it's very, very challenging to be like, $27 for a pair of jeans. What do they think I'm made out of money? Like all of a sudden I turn into like an old grandpa. But today when we were in Sam's Club, I got some shorts for $4.97. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like a thrift price.
Denise said, just made a blackberry keto chow, making it so creamy. Can't wait to try it. Also made 2 caramel macchiato ones.
Yay!
Matt said, I'm still printing something every day. Been printing stuff for the next CFK meetup.
Yes.
But printing a dragon bust statue for a coworker of Sarah Joy right now.
Wow.
Liz said, I can't tell sizes, distances. It's a brain thing.
Yeah.
I also get so lost. I've been in this town for 8 years and still use GPS. I'm in a small town. I can't tell stuff like that.
Okay, so Liz, we're in this together because and we've been here for almost a year now, and I still use the GPS to find anything. Definitely the post office. I had to GPS to our one hardware store in town because I forget which way I'm supposed to go.
You are Anthony's mother.
I have to use a GPS every single time. I have to use a GPS to find my mom's house.
Really?
Yes. And here's the thing too, I forget her address, so I have to GPS to the school. There's a school that's like really close to where she lives, and then I use the school as a landmark.
Dustin said, is it sad that I miss white cheddar rice cakes? Stockholm syndrome.
It must be, right? I'm telling you, like, if you do miss rice cakes, like, it will give you that, like, kind of like, oh, yeah, I remember that.
Sean used to eat rice cakes with peanut butter.
I did that, too. I definitely did that because it was like you had to do something to make it less sad. Because right now, these legendary chips are a side to my meal. When I was eating rice cakes, the rice cakes were the meal. They were the meal.
Barbara said, I'm taking advantage of Amazon Prime Days, finding lots of bargains on things I normally use. Send some extras going in through the 2KK links. Thank you very much.
So much.
And again, a reminder, if you're buying something on Amazon, please consider using one of our links down below and then going in. So just click on any Amazon link and then go and buy it. It helps out the channel a little bit. I think UPS is kind of mad at us right now because he keeps coming and bringing big boxes. Like we ordered Celsius.
So nice. Well, he was so nice yesterday. I was like, hey, I'll take the box or whatever. And he's like, no, it's really, really heavy. And I was like, I got this. And he was like, no, it's really heavy.
So Amazon is so weird, man. You'll order a battery that's like this big and it comes in a giant envelope. Then you order 2 cases of Celsius and they put them both in the same box.
Yeah.
You don't even need a box for that. Target Prime Rib. Hello, first time on the channel. Hope everyone is doing good.
Thanks
Welcome.
For being here.
Liz said, I was making my own ranch dressing. It is so delicious with pork rinds and basically anything else you put ranch on.
Heck yes. I mean, I have always loved ranch because, like, if you are 70s, 80s kid, you were there for the beginning of ranch. Like, ranch was just a baby, right? Like, my mom did not have ranch when she was a little kid. Ranch is relatively new. So is honey mustard.
I remember it, but we didn't have it. We did. My mom made oil and vinegar for salad. We had salad every day because, again, growing up in the 70s and 80s, and
had to have a salad.
Oil and vinegar or the homemade Italian.
So let me just share a little. Is mom?
She tried to make. I think so. I saw her.
So my mom. Okay, let's talk about like budget in the House of Warren, which is like my maiden name. Okay, so we had salad every day too because yes, it was completely marketed to us. Like so, you were supposed. And our salad was always comprised of what is the cheapest vegetable. So it was like a lettuce, I don't think I ever ate like the fancy lettuce until we got married. Like I don't think I'd ever even had
iceberg
it
is my
before.
favorite. My mother would never give it to us because she said it's worthless lettuce.
Okay, so that's all we ate. All right. So we had that. And then and we had like cucumbers and stuff, and then tomatoes. My mom always loved tomatoes, and then onions. But there was not a lot of fancy extra vegetables, okay? And then our croutons were Tastios, which were like the generic version of Cheerios.
I've got you beat.
And our salad dressing was ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together. Fancy sauce, as my brother calls it.
Our croutons were the leftover bread that my mother would just leave out on the sun to dry.
We didn't have leftover bread in our house. The reason being is...
Especially the ends, because nobody would eat the ends.
We didn't have leftover bread in our house because this was also the age of that little device that would turn like sandwich bread into like a triangle pocket. And my mom stuffed that thing with everything. That was like, it's a dessert. It was like, it was a savory. It was your breakfast. So you could get like bread really cheap. You know, we never had like Wonder Bread, but we had whatever was like the generic version special or whatever Wholesome had at the outlet. Have you ever, anybody like knows, okay, you know my financial situation if you know like you bought all your bread at like the Wholesome outlet.
JJ, non-scale victory. I got bragged on by my dental hygienist when I got my teeth cleaned today. Wow. I've come a long way from periodontal issues to barely needing my teeth cleaned. That is awesome.
That is incredible. I need to get my teeth cleaned. They are so stained with coffee. It's getting disgusting at this point. I need to get them cleaned.
Penny said, my daughter just started raising quail for the eggs and meat. She's enjoying it immensely.
Oh, good.
It's just amazing. Like 6 weeks.
And they're adults.
18 days. To hatch them out.
That's
6
crazy.
weeks and you've got birds laying eggs already.
So I will say thank you for bringing up that, JJ. I don't, again, when people are like, is keto expensive? No, not like dental work. If you want to know expensive, have a dental issue.
Yeah.
Suddenly, whatever you're paying for a ribeye, like it just pales in comparison to having to get something repaired. And yes, like the people who have reported the benefits of keto as far as their hearing, their ears, not even having to have like tubes as adults anymore, talking about like how they've cut back on like eye issues, that they've even had to have like their lenses changed because their eyes are getting better. And then also the dental work. Yeah. Those are 3 major like holes you put money into. Eyes, ears, and your dentist work.
Amanda said, I had a very hard time keeping quail hatchings alive. Read up a lot on them. They can be fragile. I looked at it this way. We have $30 invested in this.
Yes.
Because we already own the incubator. So we're like, you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
But you know us. We are going to like YouTube. Like now our YouTube feed is going to look crazy again.
Sabrina said, I fixed stew beef in the Instant Pot a lot. I love how tender it is.
Okay.
JJ got a new Instant Pot yesterday. His first batch of 2KK yogurt going in tonight.
I'm excited.
Denise said, making a big meatloaf with a half venison, half beef. I love leftover meatloaf fried in a pan with eggs. That is delicious.
I love leftover meatloaf. And the only way that we can ensure leftover meatloaf is to make multiple meatloafs when we make meatloaf.
Okay, so Mrs. C said, of all the game birds, quail is definitely the best.
Yay.
It is all white meat with very mild taste and great texture.
Thank you for sharing. I'm telling you, we're going to go find some this weekend.
Liz said $27 jeans. Where are you shopping for $27 jeans?
Well, Walmart. Walmart is selling some of their jeans for like $27.
No, she's saying that's...
Oh, like that's cheap. Yeah.
She got brand new pair in Sam's Club today for $4.
I was so excited.
I'm like, you don't need any jeans. I just ordered you. I had like $150 in gift cards for that, or rewards points that had to get used at Boot Barn. So I bought her a bunch of clearance jeans.
Yes, they were like glitter butt jeans.
Like $150 jeans down to $30. And I'm like, they're being delivered today. And she's like, but they're $4. I'm like, but they're $4.
I like the ones that you picked out because they've got like some interesting stuff going on the legs. You know, the bling butt jeans they're really cute, but I can't enjoy them. And also it creates awkward situation.
I get to enjoy them.
But
especially when you're walking away.
Well, thank
for
you.
Multiple
but
reasons.
Don't you want me to be walking towards you? Like, hi, embrace you?
No.
Just leave.
Just no.
Thank God in Greyhound she's gone.
I like the view when you walk away.
Well, thank you.
Matt said true Floridians use GPS for traffic, not directions. Yes.
Oh, that's
I
true
agree.
too.
Kat said, I moved from California to Bristol, Virginia 3 weeks ago, and in the last few days, I haven't needed my GPS to get places.
Kat, oh my gosh, that is incredible. You are adulting on a level that I don't know that I'm ever going to find. My mom, this is hilarious. She's like, I'm done. Like, she has not sold her house in South Florida yet. It's on the market. It has not sold yet. And so going back and forth, she still has to go back to her doctor to check up, with her cardiologist after she had the AFib surgery, just make sure everything is okay. And so she's like, I'm done driving all the way from Winter Haven to South Florida. I'm taking a train. And I'm like, a train? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to take the train. I've never taken the train anywhere, and I've always wanted to take the train. I think that she must have recently watched like Some Like It Hot or something. I don't know what that train experience is going to be like. Also, you can't control how you get there.
The problem is it's like
experience.
45 minutes to the train, and it takes the same amount of time to take the train to Fort Lauderdale
She's
as
like,
it
no,
did to just
I'm not driving anymore. No, I'm done.
Okay.
You know what?
I remember years ago, when I lived in New York, and then I would come to Florida. And then when I finally moved to Florida, I want to go back to New York. I was like, oh, I'll take the train. And it was like more expensive than doing anything else that I wanted to do. It was like as much money to take the train I wanted to drive my car. I wanted to have the car. Right. So I needed to do the car train with Amtrak.
Ooh, that's a fancy one.
The problem is you have to drive all the way to Jacksonville to get on the Amtrak
Wherever
car
you're going,
train.
just drive there.
And then you have to get off in Virginia. No. So I'm like, that's 50% of the driving. And it was so expensive. Let's go. Juliana said, Rachel, 2.5 years in Virginia. I still make wrong turns even with my GPS.
I one time I lived in Virginia for 4.5 years, and I can get lost in a clear plastic bag. And I was driving some youth to an event that was we were going from Virginia to another part of Virginia, literally another city in Virginia. And on that night, with no GPS, we visited Maryland. We visited Washington, D.C. I was literally taking children that did not belong to me across state lines.
Okay,
they were sweet about it.
Adrian said, is peanut butter keto? It depends. Okay, first of all, let's start with this. There is no such thing as a keto food.
There's keto-friendly.
There's keto-friendly food. So what is a keto-friendly food? Something, number one, that should not contain sugar. It should not contain wheat. And it should aid you on your ketogenic journey.
So peanuts and salt.
If the peanut butter should have 2 ingredients, peanut butter and salt, or peanuts and salt.
Not like Jiffy.
If it's got added sugar, then no, it's not really keto friendly. It's loaded with sugar, and they add a lot of sugar. Even one that is just peanuts and salt, and it shouldn't have added fat either because peanuts are very fatty. Even a keto friendly peanut butter though can not be keto
if you eat the entire jar in a sitting.
Many people, including Rachel, will eat the entire jar in a sitting.
In my defense, my serving is on the bottom of the container, and I have to get through your servings at the top of the container to get to my serving at the bottom.
The bigger problem for some people with peanut butter is the fact that you have you can have peanut allergies. It can cause, other issues for people like you. And so that's where you kind of have to be careful. But I know we have eaten peanut butter the entire time. We've never had a problem. You just have to control the amount that you're going to eat.
Adrian's got better sense than I do, though.
You just have to control the amount you're going to eat.
I don't know you yet, but I am certain that you have better willpower than me with it.
I would say if you're going to eat peanut butter, buy organic peanut butter. And the reason being is because peanuts are grown on the same land as cotton.
So it's really sprayed.
Cotton is one of the most heavily sprayed crops. And so what happens is all those pesticides and stuff that are in the cotton that they spray on the cotton, it all leaches into the ground that they then grow peanuts in because peanuts, grow underground. And that's why many people who have a peanut allergy, they're not actually allergic to the peanuts.
Yeah.
They're allergic to all of the pesticides and herbicides that were in the land that the peanuts are grown on.
Jujubee is here. Speaking of, we need the Keto numbers. Jujubee has won like a gajillion giveaways this month. I think she's won like 2 or 3 this month. So I'm going to need those winning lottery numbers, please, Juliana, because like clearly you've been like slapped with the Midas touch this month.
Sabrina says Sam's has buffalo flavored wild chicken chips if you can find them in your area. Our Sam's doesn't have any of that stuff.
Did get a buy one, get one free bag of those at Publix just so that I could, have something different, but I haven't opened them yet. But I got the salt and vinegar flavor because I love salt and vinegar.
Juliana said I bought stuff to repot my coffee tree. I'm working really hard to try and make her thrive this summer.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sean said get generic peanut butter with a little allulose with it, and it's pretty good, but don't go crazy.
Yeah. Don't go Rachel.
Let's see. Juliana said I'm currently brewing the slowest cup of coffee. Dustin said ranch was around when I was a kid. It was the only way I would eat cauliflower and carrot sticks.
I mean, we put it on everything.
Amy said, what are you eating in the hot weather that is fast and quick?
Keto chow.
So we've
carnivore
been doing
bars.
Carnivore bars, chicken, today. A lot of ground beef because we just simply cook up like 3 or 4 pounds of it and eat it over the days.
And I'll eat it
and
cold.
And then eggs. I haven't done any grilling, although I did take one of the chickens out of the freezer yesterday, and I'm going to just cut it up, and I think we're going to barbecue some chicken tomorrow.
That sounds lovely.
So rather than cooking a whole one,
I'm going to
cut off the legs, cut off the breasts and the thighs, and we'll do a barbecue chicken.
That sounds good.
But yeah, no cooking outside right now. It is way too hot here.
Mr. C says, I'm famous in 14 counties for my creamy avocado dressing. Well, you better pony up and share that recipe so we can all get famous.
Yeah, we did. Amy Kim said, Liz said hot dogs and sausages on the grill.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of sausages, things like that.
I like that kielbasa brand, the K-I-O-O.
I like the fact that they were half price.
I like the chipper.
John said, we were big on tomato and cucumber, fresh from Dad's garden salad with either oil and vinegar or sour cream and Italian dressing.
Oh my gosh, I remember. Do you remember when they used to sell, it was like a set and it was like a mix and it was like total seed oil, which if you haven't seen our seed oil video, we released, I think yesterday, maybe the day
seed
before.
Oils are keto.
Check that out because I thought it was really interesting. Hopefully we'll provide some discussion points for somebody. But remember they used to sell it and they would sell like this glass carafe.
That's
I'm
what
probably
we
saying
had.
that wrong. And then they had the ranch dressing packet or Italian or whatever. And then they would have like oil that came with it. Do y'all remember that? I remember when we got one time and that was like very fancy. We were like,
let's see. Dustin said, are there any rabbit traps? Are the rabbits in here big enough to eat, trap, clean, and eat? Some of them are big enough to trap or to clean and eat. Some of them are babies, but we live on a farm. Who needs traps?
Oh, it's supposed to be you getting them?
Just need a 22, which I don't own a 22, but that's all you need is a 22.
Some of these guys are little. I think you just want to kiss them.
No, there was a nice big one when I went out earlier.
Some babies.
No, you can't have the babies. There's not going to be enough meat. But
there's a couple of them.
There's a couple. No, I don't want to.
I can kiss them if I want to.
Food.
Cuddles.
Food.
Cuddles.
Rabbits are food, not friends.
Friends, not food.
Liz said, I am not a fry fan. I grew up on my grandfather's potatoes, so fries always taste weird.
Right.
I like a couple, but that's it.
That's how I did not grow up with a lot. Like, we didn't eat like French fries from the like fast food places because McDonald's was like a treat. My grandmother made potatoes, and so everything was a circle. That's how she cut them, real thin, but they were like a circle. So it was weird to have like even fries.
Amanda says, something I never saw in all my research was that you have to take the starter feed or quail and powder it in a blender. It's too big as it comes for the tiny babies.
I was actually reading that this morning. And they're very bougie about what they eat. You know, we're used to those chickens that are like, I'll eat the crumble. And if you got some corn, great. And did you finish that pizza you were eating? Because if you weren't, I'd eat that too. Like, chickens will eat anything. Chickens will eat you.
If you lay down on the floor in your coop, they'll eat you.
Quails are apparently like,
well, no. It's weird. So we have 50 now 4-day-old chickens, right? Those 52 actually. Right?
Yeah, they all
52 4-day-old chickens. They're meat birds. We have two kinds: kosher kings
sweet.
and Sasso. They have to be the smartest chickens. We were worried. So they got shipped on Monday. They get shipped priority. Chickens can live 3 days with no food or water after they hatch. Heat. So they showed up on the afternoon mail truck. Our mail area gets 2 trucks, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So we got them at 2:00 in the afternoon on Tuesday.
I went to the post office to get them.
Rachel brings them home, and there's 3 or 4 like, they don't look very good. It was like it was too hot, period. Too hot. And they again, we picked them up right at the post office. And as soon as you put the water in,
they dove in.
Literally, all of them dove in the water. We had to have like 6 things. They were swimming in the water. But they immediately, chickens, as soon as they hatch, you put them food and water, they know what to do. We had 4 turkeys hatch.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sitting there going, are they alive? They're not making a sound.
They are not
like, I can't get them to drink because they're not as, they don't naturally know what to do, which is why 50% of the turkeys in the wild die.
Yeah.
When they're born.
I completely get it because we are still at the point with these turkeys that hatched yesterday.
They're finally pooping, so at least they're eating.
This is good. But like, you're having to put every granule in front of them, and I am still picking them up to put them into the drink.
Yeah, but that's why. I mean, wild turkeys, something like only 40% of wild turkey eggs actually make it all the way to the end.
I believe it.
And then they get taken by predators, or, they just don't hatch out right. And then of them, only 50% of them actually live.
So can I just say
so it's a very small percentage.
It was a beautiful day for me today because there was a lovely young couple who came to the farm and they were selecting a tom turkey. Like, they have I
really hope we gave him a tom.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was. If not, they could come back, but I'm positive it is. But anyway, so it was just a cute young couple. They had gotten themselves like a little girl turkey.
So I felt bad because I was like grilling this person. So
right.
He put a post into the local chicken thing, but one here and also one up where he lives in Hillsborough in Pinellas.
Yeah.
And I'm a member of all these different groups. And I thought it was odd that he had said he wanted our turkey, but then the next day he was posting the same post again that I'm looking for turkeys. I have 2 things. And then I'm pretty diligent about researching when we're going to meet people. Like, I want to look at your profile. How many friends do you have? Like, how old is your account?
You're like one of those annoying foster groups where like, I just want a kitten.
No, it's more of my safety.
Yeah.
Okay. This is more of my safety. So
I care what happens to the turkey.
I care about my safety. We're giving you our address to come to the farm to pick up animals.
Okay.
Right.
You're making sure.
Although, like, listen, in this day and age, there is no privacy, right?
Sure.
So I look, he's got 300 friends. And I'm like, okay, that means it's not a new account. The account's been active since like 2014 or something like that, 2015. Then when I try to click on his profile, because we're not friends with him, all I see is pictures of him when he's like 10 years old.
Oh, so you're like
as a wrestler.
So is some 10-year-old trying to get pictures?
And I'm like,
turkey?
Is this a fake profile? And so I start like, he gave me his phone number, like doing a search, like, where is this phone number? And it was from where he said. And then I'm asking him questions like, where do you live? Well, unincorporated Pinellas. Wait a second. Unincorporated Pinellas County only allows 4 chickens. How are you having, like, I'm grilling him.
Wow.
Because I'm like, this is a 21-year-old guy. But it was, he's him and his wife and very, very nice young couple.
Super nice.
They own property in the middle of nowhere in Pinellas up near Clearwater. And they have 40 chickens and they have some other animals as well. And he had 2 hens, but he needed a tom.
Well, and it just...
But I felt bad for the way I grilled him.
It's not bad. And I do care where our animals go. But I was just thinking, like, we're helping a farm expand.
Yeah.
Like, we're helping a family become more self-sustainable, which is what we want to do. And also, we want to pass on our love for farming and for growing your own animals and for having this opportunity to get to love these precious birds, right?
Yeah.
And animals that we get to care for. So it was neat. It was a beautiful thing for me, thinking, oh, we just helped make a family. I love that.
Bill said, tell me about dental. Spent $75,000 to have all the amalgam removed from my teeth.
Yes.
Best investment in my health ever made. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot, though, right?
Sean said, Kat,
Heather.
welcome to Virginia, neighbor. My wife and I just live on the other side of Roanoke.
Heather is here. She says, my mom gave her car to Emily. She's just done driving. I'm out.
I saw another post from Heather, but I missed it. So maybe it's further down.
It's like, I'm out.
Oh, here it is. She said, I can't do peanut butter anymore. I will eat the whole thing, and it really messes with my arthritis.
You know what was the worst?
Yeah, the oxalates can really cause problems.
You know what was the best and worst thing for me? When Perfect Keto had that peanut butter that came in the pouch that was like the applesauce pouch for like a little kid, and you could suck.
The macadamia nut butter.
Oh my gosh. It was so good. It was too good. There was nothing wrong with the product. The product was excelente.
There was also F-bomb.
Oh yeah.
And when we were moving, I found some packets of F-bomb. They were still good. After 7 years, they were still good. You didn't show them to me. I'm not sharing those.
But I mean, I'm glad you didn't even show it to me.
Dustin said I was shocked at how much Brightline was. We wanted to go from Orlando to Miami. It was like $800 each way. Yeah, I think the Brightline is a scam because it's worse than airlines. It is, you pay this much money if you travel at this time, and then this much money if you travel at this time. And you want to pick your seat? That's more money. Oh, you want to bring your pocketbook with you? That's more money.
You're wearing pants?
Oh, you have a backpack? That's more money. Oh, you have a backpack and a purse? That's more money.
I know, it's a lot.
I mean, it's just like ridiculous.
So before we move on from nut butters, if you are not Rachel and you can handle your nut butter, like I do much better with alcohol than I do with nut butter, clearly. So if you can handle your nut butter, what's really delicious is if you get like macadamia nut, because it's super fatty, right? Nut butter. And you just keep it, if you get them in those little pouches that are like single serve things, and then you put it into the freezer.
Yeah.
The freezer.
It's like eating a candy bar.
Oh my gosh, it's so freaking good.
Robin said, who puts wheat in their peanut butter?
I was just about to say a bad word. Jerks.
Okay. Go ahead. And there was another one there. Read Sean's thing. I want to pull this one down from.
Well, I can't see anything when you've got that
I can't help where it opens up. Let me pull this over here.
Okay. Let's see. Sean says, don't feel bad, Rachel. I grew up in Maryland. Shell and I were going to my prom in Virginia. It took us 3 hours to get there. It took us 3 hours to get home. I hated driving in DC for the longest time. Oh my gosh, that is a long time, right? And then there's so much cool stuff. I will say that when I lived in DC, I loved using the metro system. It was great. And it dropped you off like at all of the key spots. I still love like that whole Capitol Beltway area. There's so much to do, and I'm such a history geek. And it's like you just dropped yourself off and like what are you doing?
Don't worry about me. I'm just trying to.
Somebody needs to worry about you.
I'm trying to export this file.
Okay.
Because I want to upload it and show it.
You need to do that?
Yes, I want to show it. This is something that Anthony sent me. So Anthony had a question about this product.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't get that because again, everyone was just talking about the peanut, like why is there wheat?
Okay.
Did you see why is there wheat in peanut butter?
Okay.
Okay. So Anthony sends me a text message, if I can get these to upload.
All right.
Of how are the ingredients in this product?
If he's sending them to you, he knows it's bad.
Okay. So, and I'm like, what is it? And it is, where's my text message?
Looks like a candy.
It is a candy. I said, what is this? So he said that this was a candy that a YouTuber developed.
Okay.
And he makes this candy and he says it's better than regular candy because it doesn't have all the added sugar.
Okay. It's magic candy.
So, first of all, let's take a look at this first one. Now, it does have allulose. Okay.
All right.
So, the ingredients. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. Wait, I want the other one.
I see this soluble corn fiber as the first ingredient.
I want this one. I don't know. It's for some reason this is dark. So anyway, if you look at this one, first ingredient, glucose syrup. Glucose syrup is sugar.
Right.
It is another name. This is what the problem with soluble corn fiber, but it is another name for corn syrup.
Right.
That's what it is. Then you have allulose, soluble corn fiber, cornstarch, modified sugar. And so it only has 5 grams of sugar. It has a bunch of allulose.
Yeah, but the 1, 2, 3, 4, like the first 4 or 5 ingredients are just sweet.
But what made me think of this is this one here. And if you look at this one here, the third ingredient is wheat flour.
Really?
It is candy.
Candy with wheat flour in it.
It is gummy worms. It's Sour Patch Kids. But the third ingredient is wheat flour.
Why is that in there?
I don't know. That's why is there wheat flour?
It has to be something to do with the texture, right? They're trying to achieve some sort of a texture by using that.
Amanda said, I can't buy peanut butter or nuts in general, straight to the bottom of the container.
Right at the bottom. That's me. I dive right in. I'm diving in. I'm going deep.
John said one of my recent Sam's Club finds was Egg Life Wraps, 8 of each flavor, plain and garlic herb for $9.98. Quite a bit cheaper than I looked today. Didn't have any. Heather said, I've been living on egg salad or chicken salad.
Ooh, yum. I haven't had either of those things in a while. We need to make some egg salad. I could really go for some egg salad. That's solid. That's solid advice. And I have been looking, I don't know why, but I've been trying to retrain my Instagram feed to not just like be crazy stuff for me. And I've been getting a lot of deviled egg recipes. I don't know why. I don't remember saying deviled egg, but like I'm getting a lot of deviled egg suggestions.
Dustin said, I need to start looking at the best 22s, Joe. That's a fun rabbit hole. The problem is the first hunt that I ever did as a kid was squirrel. If I had a 22, we have a lot of squirrels.
We do have a lot
Rachel
of squirrels.
has named them all. And I actually like squirrel.
I do too.
No, I like eating squirrel.
Not as a friend.
No.
I think maybe I was Snow White in my past
Denise said rabbit meat is good. Hey, I'm German. I grew up eating like Hassenpfeffer and stuff.
Hassenpfeffer.
And Stephanie said, I cannot kill a bunny or really scary. Anything. For me, listen, I would hunt like I did if I had property that I knew I could go hunting at and not get shot. Florida has a lot of like public land that you can go hunting, but
getting shot is
you
important.
have to rely on other people being safe.
Whereas
I grew up hunting on our own
Florida
land.
drivers are bad enough.
I grew up hunting on our own land, so there was nobody else hunting on our property. But like here, no. But I can hunt on this land, but the only thing that we're really going to get are rabbits and squirrels.
And mosquitoes and ants, all the ants you could want. And I understand that we have eaten ants before. We've eaten all kinds of bugs. If you want to see some of the weirdest things that we've ever eaten, you need to check out our former keto camping fear factor. We have eaten everything. We've eaten tarantulas. We've eaten 100-year-old eggs. We've eaten all kinds of weird things, but I seriously could start an ant eating business. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If there is somebody in the rehoming Facebook groups that's rehoming an anteater, guess what we going to be having up here at the Double K farm? It's going to be an anteater, because there is literally not one part of my legs that are not covered in ants. All of my toes, in between my toes, have ant bites.
Well, they made their way into the RV last night. We were laying in bed and one fell on us and bit. John said rabbits are very easy to raise, more efficient than chickens in terms of pounds of meat per pound of food if you want to cuddle, and if you want to cuddle and then eat them. And of course, Juliana said that for rabbit farming, your breeding pair are the cuddlers.
Okay.
You raise and eat the babies.
Don't tell them.
But Ray's sister won't be having none of that. No. Well.
Yeah, no, you're right. You'd have to not tell her.
I have been looking for a breeding pair, but the only ones to raise for meat. But the only ones that we ever see at the auction are the cute, cuddly, there's no meat on them. They're just floppy ear. No, I want meat rabbits.
They're pets.
Let's see. Heather said, I forgot about F-Bomb. Yeah, F-Bomb was so good. They had really good meat sticks.
Droppingfbomb.com. It was I love that. That tagline was awesome. Matt can't wait to see you either.
Yes, by the way, you still have time. Keto Orlando Summit, there's a discount.
It's not called that. It's called Champions for Health now.
Okay. It's like Hack Your Health. It will always be KetoCon to me.
I know.
I'm
sorry.
You can't change names. I'm sorry.
If you are interested in coming to Florida during a normal human temperature, Hack Your Health is going to be happening in November. We're going to be there. It's going to be in Tampa. It's going to be awesome.
Juliana said, Blue Line Metro is good. Yellow is okay. Red and greens are absolutely not.
We have strong opinions about these.
Robin said, I know that a lot of gummy candy has wheat. It helps me to stay away from it. It shocked me when he sent that to me. And he's like, what do you think? I'm like, well, the blue one, other than the wheat flour as the third ingredient, that one's not that bad. Except the yellow one, because the yellow one labels glucose syrup. But in doing that, because they both have 4 or 5 total sugars, including 4 grams of added sugar. And so there is no, if you look through the ingredient list, there's no sugar.
It's fat-free.
Well, I guess this one does have sugar in it too.
It's fat-free.
So they're using soluble corn fiber, allulose, and sugar. And stevia, which is just insane.
Stevia glycoside.
Okay, so the thing is when on one package of the same product but a different flavor, you're listing soluble corn fiber. On the other one, you're listing glucose syrup. That's telling me that you're using the crappy soluble corn fiber in the one, because that's the problem with soluble corn fiber. Soluble corn fiber, they changed what you can call these different fiber syrups. Some of them are very good. Some of them will not impact your glucose at all. And then some of them that are cheaply made are worse than sugar. Some of the stuff in Chalk Zero, literally, Kim Howerton showed how she actually had a higher glucose spike from eating some of theirs than actual regular plain chocolate.
Candy.
And it just, you don't know. IMO fiber, all of that gets labeled now as soluble corn fiber, and you don't know which one they're using unless they go into detail of which ones they're using.
Heather says they prey on people that don't understand ingredients if it doesn't say sugar. I know. And it's like when you're starting keto, if you're going to use any packaged dessert products at all, you almost need to get a master's degree in like sugar language distraction, because there is just hundreds of names that they hide sugar in that sound better, but it boils down to like it's sugar, but it's presented a different way. It's like, hey, you like this, you like that, you like it called agave, you like it called soluble corn fiber, you like it like this, like just all these different ways to say it.
Robin said she misses Camping Fear Factor. Juliana wants to bring it back. The problem is
bring it on back.
We ran out of things to try.
Yeah. So if you guys want to send us some, we have our address in the down below. It's
down below.
Yeah. Send us some. We'll eat
Joe
it.
said I can't remember a lot of the gummy types had flour in them, especially the older stuff and the Turkish ones. Again, I had no clue.
Oh my gosh.
Sharon said, I was given some shampoo and conditioner that said gluten-free. Why on earth would there be gluten in shampoo and conditioner?
Okay, now we're all going to have to check our VO5, because who knows? Who knows what they're putting in it? Because that's the thing. Once you start checking your food, you start checking more things. Like your shampoo, like your laundry detergent, like your soap, because you start to think, I mean, that was a big reason why I stopped dyeing my hair. You know, I didn't want to go gray, but it was 2020. I'm like, well, now is the time, because you're weren't leaving your house. And y'all said it'd be okay, even if I looked haggard. And so I just said, forget it, because I thought I've done all of this hard work to like help my organs. And then I'm using like gut rot, nice and easy, $3 with a coupon.
You need to ditch your
hair stuff.
Because here's the thing. You want something scary? I've gone down the rabbit hole of possible causes of type 1 diabetes.
Yes.
Okay. And they say a lot of it is, especially because mostly children are the what you get. Usually a lot of times you get diagnosed with it young. And then a lot of times it's exposure to diseases like mumps and things like that. And then they're saying environment.
Right. So as soon as they see that, Joe's like, well, wait a second.
What do they mean by environment?
What is environment?
And they're talking about pesticides and things like this. And that took me to the next thing of every time Rachel does her hair in the morning, the carbon monoxide detector goes off in the house.
And we're like, why is that happening?
And I'm like, at first I thought it was heat. No, it's the hairspray. Hairspray literally sets off a carbon monoxide detector.
That's a little bit scary.
Maybe we should stop using hairspray.
Bald people have all the answers to hair care products, don't they? Don't they though? The problem is you're married to somebody whose entire head of hair is made of flyaways. There isn't one that's like, okay, mommy said I should stay right here, and I'm going to stay right here. Like by the end of this live stream, because I don't have any hairspray, I'm out.
I think it looks great.
Okay. We are not walking. You notice that I had to comb my hair when I came into the studio, because the walk from the front door to here, the back of my hair was on the front of my head.
Okay, a couple more before we get off. Dustin said, have you seen the tribe to make burger patties out of mosquitoes? That would be cool.
We definitely have enough.
John said squirrels are tasty too. You need a dozen of them for a decent meal, but they're tasty. We used to make stew out of them. Lynn said, do you have sand fleas? My friend in Ocala had them bad.
Oh, yes.
We had them at the beach, but not here.
So what's really annoying about sand fleas too is that the parts of your skin that are exposed, they don't mess with. What you really have problem with is the place between your bathing suit, wherever your bathing suit is touching, and that skin on that. So it's like, the more bathing suit you're wearing, the more of a problem the sand fleas are.
So Aaron said, I still think the zero sugar Reese's and Hershey's chocolate are more egregious. They developed a new product with the worst possible sugar alcohol because it's cheap and easy. So true. So if you're new
and you want diarrhea, try the Hershey's.
It's not the diarrhea, and it's not just Hershey's.
It's pretty
If
explosive.
you go to the candy aisle,
yes,
in a grocery store, you're going to see Hershey's, like they have the Reese's Zero, Hershey's Zero.
I feel like they had the York.
Jolly Ranchers Zero. Then you also have, not the Werther's, what's the green package? Russell Stover's.
Russell Stover's.
Okay. And they all say sugar-free. None of them are keto friendly. Okay. So when you look at the ingredients, the Russell Stover's, I think, is the worst when it comes to marketing.
And how many grandparents are getting those for
Russell
Christmas?
Stover's sugar-free actually says made with stevia on the package, but stevia is only one of the sweeteners. Their main sweetener that they use is maltitol, and that's what they use in all of these sugar-free candies. Aside from the fact that maltitol will literally make you poop your pants within 3 minutes of consuming it.
I'm telling you, you get these boxes of them that they have, and people get them as gifts for their grandparents, and they're going to be in the toilet until New Year's.
Yeah, but that's not even the problem. The problem is
big problem.
Maltitol is labeled as a sugar alcohol,
because it's slow
which
burn.
it is. It is a sugar alcohol, but you cannot deduct maltitol the way you would erythritol if you were following that net carb thing, because maltitol is worse for you on a glycemic index than sugar. The difference is what happens is maltitol will increase your glucose like sugar. It will, but it does it over a slower period of time.
Or longer period of time.
It can be labeled as a diabetic friendly sweetener. Even though it will skyrocket your glucose, it takes longer to do it. And that's the problem with maltitol. So do not consume maltitol sugar-free candies because it's not good for you. Dustin said Joe Rogan talks about fear factor and they kept trying to go bigger and scarier, and it was a matter of time till they really hurt somebody. Final episode, they had to drink something so foul.
Oh, how fun. Nancy and Chris Miller are going on a kayak adventure tour this coming weekend. If anybody wants to join us, reach out to Nancy. That's a great idea.
John said it's propelled by CO2. The detector might be dual purpose and detects high CO2 levels. I actually did a lot of research, and they said it is very common, and that also hairspray will set off a smoke detector. It won't set off sprinklers, but it will set off a smoke detector. I just thought it was very interesting. Sean said, Damon, to read the review of the sugar-free Harbo gummy bears. That was hilarious.
I've got to check that out. That sounds funny.
So, okay, we are going to get off, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, you have a little bit of time left for Amazon Prime. Go get your deals. Check out our video of some of the things that we listed up the other day. And again, we really appreciate it if you use one of our Amazon links. We will be back live on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern for Keto Beyond the Couch.
We love you guys.
Bye.